Alright, so today what we're going to be doing is the rotors and pads for the M-Sport brakes on a G30. Alright, so first step is jack it out. Take off the 517mm bolts holding the wheel to the hub. Alright, so the next step would be basically taking off these spacers. I don't know if your car would have spacers, but just gotta twist it off. It's really on there actually. There we go. And that's kind of corroded, fuck. That might be an issue, but what we're gonna do is probably PV blaster the fuck out of that. Also guys, get a nail, get a hammer, because what you're going to be doing is lining it up over here and hammering it so that the pins come out, and eventually you can take out the brackets. We'll get to that part in a bit. You see it coming out? By the way guys, this is M-Sport Caliper. I just painted it gold. And go like this and just try to pry it out. So actually we're gonna also have to push down the tab over here, so it gets easier to do. So I might need my some leverage for that over here. And just while we do that, we're gonna want to pop the hood, go to the reservoir over here. Just pop it open. That way we have a little bit of air. I wish I could turn the wheel more, but I don't really mind. Now what we're gonna do is take out this bracket. We're probably gonna have to squeeze these two together. Alright, so you actually can't take the clip out by itself, so what you gotta do is you just gotta pry it out. You're supposed to use a flathead, but anything goes, to be honest. Get this side going. Right there. We're almost there. Just gotta keep fucking wedging and prying. Oh my god, this is actually kind of annoying. There we go. Jeez, bro. Look at these damn pads. Just wash that one out. Honestly. Yeah, I don't think I can pry it anymore. Then you gotta take off that brake pad sensor. I'm gonna just do that real quick. Alright, so after the pads are out, you can see the pistons are actually out. We're gonna have to deal with that later, but yeah, so we gotta take out two 16 E-Torque 16s, inverse Torques, and see, that's one caliper bolt there. The other one would be down here. It's not one of these, so please don't fuck up. It is this and the one below there. I can't really get the angle, but you get it. All right, so we've successfully taken out both bolts. This should just come right off. Okay, I'm gonna need both hands. I'm gonna hang it up there. All right, just real quick. So I have it hung actually, or staying up by a jack stand. What I'm gonna do though is also just try to clean it up here. So this is actually a non-acidic, which is why I kind of feel comfortable just spraying it on the pistons as well too. Get some of this water. This is a really hard location to clean, but okay, maybe not this. You see, it's got dirty. Let's use that little rag. Clean up all this shit. Make sure it doesn't fall. So I'm gonna use both my hands. All right, now that the caliper's secured, what we're gonna do is, so I put PB Blaster in this. Here, I'll just show you. It's not even spraying, so it is what it is. Let that rest for a little bit, and then flush it out with brake cleaner like this. This, I believe, is a 6 Allen, so try to get it right there for extra security. There, see how that went right in? Connect this. Alright, I'm gonna need to use both hands again, but you get the point. That actually did fall off. Got sprung on that brake line, but we should be good. And that little 6mm Allen came out. And I don't really need to hammer much, but everything just came out. That shim was actually installed because of the ticking noise, but it didn't really do shit. Okay, so this rotor is cooked. But okay, now we clean up that surface, clean up that brake shield as well too. Matter of fact, I might just use this, see how this goes. Technically should be better than just using brake cleaner. I don't have a pressure washer though. It's gonna suck, but this from BMW costs like fucking 50-60 bucks, bro. And it's just a thin little shim. Alright, I put anti-seize behind the shim, but this is a rotor. We're gonna go ahead and put that in first, and then we'll worry about the rest. Alright, so now we've installed the brake rotor. It looks pretty fucking huge, but now tighten this to 20 Newton meters or 60 Newton meters, and then we just put this back on and then reverse brake pad installation. Alright, so now we have it mounted back on. The back E16s are basically, I think, 85 foot-pound torque, and now I'm just gonna grease these pads, pins, and hardware. Make sure not to put grease on the inside of the pad or the rotor itself. All right, my phone is charging, but for the meantime, look, we got those two pads in, we got the clip, and now what we're gonna do is from this side, get that pin in. Alright, so we put the pads in. First you slide in the pads, then you slide in this retainer, and then you put the pins in, hammer it inwards while pushing up this flap. While you push that flap up, this will slide right in. The bottom one, same thing. Push this part down while you're punching it in. This one's kind of sticking out more. It has me kind of scared, but it should be good. Just hammer it a few more times. Yeah, it should be good. And yeah, that's it. Now we're doing the wire. So the wire was connected here, here, up to that box. What you do is rip off everything. If you want, you can just take that plug off and then just snip it like I did. And that way you won't have to untangle it, but now we just wire it backwards. So let's get to that. All right, so now we've put everything back together. The sensor wire is this way. If you just throw it in like that, wire it in with the caliper, and just follow it all the way to the box over there. Now it's just a matter of putting on the wheel spacer, which we put a little bit of anti-seize on, and putting on the rim, and we should be good. All right, so this side has gone on. This rotor, you can see it's been through better days for sure. It looks completely fucked. This one doesn't, so now we just gotta do the other side. Turn the car on, pump the brake a few times. So now do that, and let's get started on this side. So now I got a 17 millimeter. Do the same process as that side, but it will be easier because there's no sensor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly just do that. Alright guys, as you can see, these rotors are definitely cooked. This side's pretty bad too, but this is horrible. And I did quite a few long trips on these rotors, so it's fucked up. But new ones are going in just now. Alright, it is the next day. We have that wheel out. Alright, so now we're on the rear. This side has the sensor, so that'll be the passenger side. And what you need here is obviously the 17 millimeter sockets just to take off the wheel after the wheel's taken off. You need a 13 millimeter long socket. I'm just using a vice grip, honestly. Or 17 millimeter wrench would do too. I couldn't find mine, so I'm just gonna do it this way. And there's two of these bolts. You gotta take one from up top and one from below. As soon as you do that, you can take this. Also, make sure that you deactivate the parking brake. And I'm gonna show you how to do that as well too. When I activated it again, I completely forgot about recording it. So the second one is right there. So there's one here, one up top here. We're gonna go ahead and take the caliper bolts off too. So same thing as the front. There'll be an E16 there and another one down there. Again, make sure that the parking brake is retracted electronically. All right, so those two bolts are now off. What we're gonna do is just literally shimmy it out. Probably take that that sensor wire out too. Not sure if you guys can see it. We're gonna take that out actually first, because I realized that'll just kind of help. That's the whole thing. So what we're gonna do, this is an pretty sure 8 millimeter, but we're gonna go check that out. All right, so I didn't have the 8 mil, so I just honestly pliers for the win. Just gonna go ahead and take that off. And right behind here is the box with the sensors. So let's go ahead and open it up. Oh, there. There's another latch right there. No, I actually haven't. There we go. Take that out of the box. There we go. And what we're gonna do is take it all out. So one more here. Let's see. One more there. This last one's right here. Just gonna. There we go. All right, so let's unplug it here. I'm gonna need both hands for this one, boys, but. Maybe not. Wow. All right. So there we go. We have this out. If you're gonna be reusing this, I suggest be a bit more gentle. I'm not, so just gonna go ahead and rip it out. I'll just take it out once the entire caliper is. All right, so now There we go. I just ripped out the wire, but it's okay. Believe it or not, this is actually retracted, so let's go ahead and put that right there. We'll get that in a second. Okay, so now we're free to start removing things bit by bit. Why is this actually giving me a hard time? Oh my god. Alright, just literally took it out from that hole right there. Everything else, honestly, you just have to be a little aggressive with. So let's go ahead and pry it out, or try to pry it out. Right there. This one over here, do the same shit. Just connect it right there. Wiggle it. And there we go. Both these pads are done. Alright, so I did realize that you don't need to take that caliper out. So one of my bolts was too hard to take out, so I was just like, you know what, maybe I might be able to wiggle it out, and I could wiggle it out, and it worked out. Now I need to basically wiggle this in. Hopefully it goes in as easily as it came out. Alright, so it did go on kind of easily. Just wiggled it around a bit. I'm gonna do this very lightly and then come back around, hit it with I think it was 20 Newton meters. Oh, sorry, 20 feet-pound. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna torque that to 20 and we'll be right back. Alright, so the next step is basically just dot a bunch of lubricant on the clips themselves, and then what you're gonna do is just slide them on to this ridge. So this will be going on this way, and you see that little indent? It will hug that basically. So when I get to that part, I'll go ahead and do it. For now, I'm just gonna spread the grease around. Alright, so now you just go ahead and smack that there. And smack the other side in. It's kind of sucky that it went onto the actual rotor, but that's okay. It's only a little bit. Alright, so just quickly, I shoved in the sensor before it was inside. Probably just gonna install it like this. Gotta be really careful. Put grease on the outer edges, not the contact points, because it's M-Sport brakes, and the sensor side will go right here. So let's go ahead and try to slam that in there. There we go, the top's in. Let's see, push it in. Alright, so the bottom and top have been installed correctly. And now the outer side will be easier. So as you can see, it's been lubricated. I'm gonna slide it in. See those little flaps? They go right into the hardware. Just gotta shimmy it in first. Oh, this was the wrong way. That was crazy. So I go ahead and clean it up real quick. Okay. So now putting it in the right way, which is this way. Okay. Holy shit. There we go. Fits in bottom and top. And now the hard part, which is shoving this back on there. It's gonna be hard to record this, but I'm gonna quickly try and show you guys. So this wire actually needs to go in between where this wire is hanging out. So let's quickly do that. All right, so now see the wire is being fed through the caliper itself. Then we have to basically shove it all in. And the way we're gonna do that is let's feed this wire in quickly. All right, so now everything's been slid back on. You have to slide in the parking brake caliper, like this entire caliper, and I tighten both the bottom and top, and Yeah, now it's just a matter of putting the wheel on and the break-in period, which I will try to record as well. All right, so we're gonna start and just try to begin the break-in procedure. I'm gonna go find a remote area where I could just safely take those breaks. And yeah, so there's a car behind me now though. Fuck.
You gotta use your emergency lights.
Down to what speed?
Down to like 10, but don't stop. Like he's off the brake a little bit when you get close to 10.
Yeah, like I need to make this guy go. Okay, so I did one. Now I gotta do my other one. So 60. That was a hard break that I just did, but alright, one more. I'm doing one more. I'm fiending it. Alright. Yeah, I could smell that shit. Yeah, I can smell the fuck out of it now. Okay. Oh, red light came. Fuck.
Yeah, try your best to roll the whole way. Like, even when you're coming to the stop, just start rolling neutral at 2 kilometers an hour. Roll. Just don't let your car come to a stop.
I might have to just turn right then.
I'm saying roll, like when you're getting close to it, just stay at like 2 kilometers an hour. Just let your car roll a little bit.
Yo, I'm literally here at that light, and now I'm just like. Okay, I'm in neutral. I'm in neutral, thank God. Oh, I'm rolling back a bit, no. There.
You gotta bounce to drive in neutral then.
Alright, no, I found it. I found like the steering angle for my car to like be calm.
Oh shit.